everybody, it's a different kind of video today. Today we're going to be talking about having an audience of one. I believe this topic or this thought sums up the journey that God has been taking me on since starting this channel. I started in a place of doubt. I wasn't sure if this was God's will for me. I had a lot of questions and a whole lot of reservations. I just didn't know if this was the path I should take. But I prayed and I felt like God was saying, whatever it is you choose to do, I can use it. So I went ahead and I posted my first video on the 1st of October 2022. 1 view, 1 subscriber, that was myself. And I remember saying, wow, I can't believe I actually am doing this, And yes, that's where the journey started, really. About 4 videos later, I reached to the point that I believe every YouTuber has been at some point. I felt like quitting. Believe it or not, because I didn't leave the blocks running the way I thought I would, I said, you know what? Maybe I shouldn't be too serious about this YouTube thing. I mean, look how many YouTubers out there started and stopped. I mean, nothing is wrong with that. But then, forgive me if you see me looking across, I jotted down some notes. Yes, then I realized that the feelings I was having was because my focus was wrong, first of all, and my priorities were sort of misplaced. I was focused on putting out content week after week that I didn't really connect with my source, the one who gave me the inspiration in the first place, the one who gives me the abilities. And I was focused on making videos and not necessarily making a difference. But then I said, you know what, God, if I'm doing this without you, it doesn't really make any sense. And then, of course, I got to the point where I said, why isn't my channel growing? Like, I did everything I could to make it grow. And I just wasn't seeing the increase the way I thought I would. Mind you, in the beginning, I was very, 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 very conservative with it. Like, my family didn't even know I had a channel, believe it or not. And then, I started sharing the links with everyone. And I just still wasn't seeing the growth I expected. And then I had a heart check when I thought about the question, who is this for? Is it for God or is it for you? Like, why are you making the videos? And then, of course, I had to go back to God in prayer because I realized that my motives were shifting. Yes, I started out saying, God, all glory to you and, the whole works. But somewhere along the line, I lost sight of that. Then during my prayer time, I felt like God moved upon my heart and reminded me that He's the one that gives the increase. And there's nothing I can do gain His blessings. But at the same time, His timing is His timing. And if He decides not to add His blessings until He sees it fit, then there's absolutely nothing I can do about that, right? So how the audience of one perspective came into play is I had to adapt that perspective because there are times I would post videos and like 24 hours would pass and it's 4 views. And I said, you know what? I'm content. Because whether it's 1,000 views or 1 view, there is one aim, and it's to give God the glory. And once He's glorified, then mission accomplished. Um, there's so much I could say on this, but I want to cut it short. Something I learned along the journey as well is that God is not interested in dimming our lights. He gave us light to shine, and each of us have something different to serve to the world. Matthew 5 verse 14 to 16, which is the theme verse for the channel. It says, "You are the light of the world. That a town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Amen. Your deeds, His glory. And this is the verse that helped me to be okay with getting out there. There's nothing wrong with pushing your own content, promoting yourself, putting yourself out there. There's nothing wrong with that because you don't light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Hello, right? So that perspective helped me, but don't pursue your dreams more than you pursue God. And once you understand that, I feel like that's the game changer. Because when the recipe is God first and everything else after, oh my goodness, the increase is going to blow your mind. The increase is going to blow your mind. And I quickly want to put in here, although I cannot pass this point, don't be surprised when people who you expected to support you don't. I believe it's instances like these where we realize who we truly have in our corners. Because I won't really get into it, but persons, and I don't really have nobody, but persons who I thought were going to be head over heels about the channel, persons who I thought would be the first to say congratulations, are silent. And yes, silence can mean anything, but your heart knows. But all this to say, keep God at the center. And remember that once He's clapping, once He's the one in the audience clapping, And even if it's only Him, that's okay and that's enough. God had to take me through this process so that when the increase comes, I'll channel all the glory to Him. So I'll leave you with this thought. God will not give you what you need at the expense of God will not give you what you want at the expense of losing what you need Him. And that's a quote by Pastor Jetson Franklin. So thank you so much for tuning in. I love each and every one of you, and I hope that you are truly encouraged and blessed.